Okay, so what we got to do is hopefully get all the way back down to where we need to go. But next problem is we gotta build a fire up here a little bit, cause I let it run a bit cold. So I guess the best thing to do is probably rebuild that, then be good with that, and then start again. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't take too long for that fire to build up, but you never really know until you start trying to heat it up. Then you. So we're starting to get this machine fired up here. It's it seems like it takes forever to get it fired up some mornings, and some mornings it doesn't. We might have to visit the coal mine again and get some more coal for the coal tower for right there by the sawmill, because the reason I have picked right there is because I was using this machine to pretty much move a bunch of logs, and that's where I was putting some of the coal. At least I took a run from there, and then that's where I put it, and then I put it into this machine. Well, I'm gonna have to put more in here eventually, but that should start heating up. At least we should eventually then pretty much get a bunch of steam hopefully starting to be made. But I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that our fire is built up to 100%, because you might as well at this point, just because we're getting it fired and underway. There we go. Now that that's getting fired up and it's heating up pretty quick, I guess we could start rolling backwards maybe if we really wanted to, just a little bit. We don't need much speed at this time, so if we just kind of go easy about it and not really want to go too far back, we should be alright. But I'm not gonna make it to like where it's gonna want to go speeding all the way off the rails, but we're gonna have to go back a little bit, just at a time, little at a time, and then eventually we'll be good to go, and then nothing will happen, right? But since we're pretty much at the end of the hill, it's gonna start to roll naturally. Plus we have the regulator full open for right now, because we kind of want some of that momentum so we can go downhill. Now if we get going too fast, this train could probably do something stupid, but who knows. I've never seen that happen, but who knows. I've seen things happen before, but who knows. I mean, if we get it, get something weird that happens, I guess it happens, but there's not much we can do at this point. So it's pretty much just, we hope that it doesn't happen, but it's gonna probably happen eventually anyway. So we're just gonna do what we have to do. But I mean, it is going pretty quick down this hill. I mean, it's not taking forever. I'm just watching that last car to make sure like we're not going super fast to like where we're gonna do anything weird. But I'm watching these couplers too, really close. I sometimes don't like the way that they work, because sometimes they just don't work, and then they'll just decouple for sometimes unknown reasons, or at least that's what they used to do when they first came out in this game. So I don't know if they still do that, so I'm still watching very closely, because I don't want to derail my train. But if I gotta derail the train, we're gonna have to derail the train, But I want to get down this hill pretty quickly, but I don't want to be going too quickly that we start derailing and doing weird stuff. Alright, so we pretty much got everything about done, I'd say, what we needed to do. I'm still watching it. I'm still watching how fast we're going. We're not really going spicy fast or anything. I think 23 miles an hour is probably what this engine probably would have ran. 40's probably like your top end, maybe. I don't know for sure, but like I'm just saying, like, so anywhere between 20 and 30 should be like, you think it's not gonna be too bad. I hope that nothing happens, but who knows. Like I was saying, it's just like I don't want this train to like do like a wheelie backwards. But it could. I just don't want it to happen. I just don't want it to happen. It probably will happen at some point. But who knows? So, we hope that it doesn't, but who knows? If it happens, it happens, and then we'll just fix it like we normally do, right? And just re-rail everything, but we're hoping that that doesn't happen, but it could. It very well could happen to like where we'll have to re-rail something at, you know. But I hope I don't have to, but, you know, I've had to before, so it's not. I'm just hoping that the derail tool or re-rail tool is a little bit better. I think it is nowadays, like it's better. So like if you're on a bridge, you can actually get to the top of the bridge at least now. So, I mean, with that, it's kind of better, you know. But, you know, that's fine. But yeah, it's just, we hope that we can get this load there so we can start making, you know, the products, making them tools. We could either go to the oil with the tools. We could go to the gold with the tools. So either way, I'm going to start making, you know, big moves. And I'm just hoping that when I make those big moves, you know, nothing happens. Right there, we're at 40. So I would say, you know, a little spicy, but I wouldn't think it would derail at 40. But again, I don't know these trains that well, so I would say, you know, 40 fine. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna let it roll and see what it would do, you know. But I'm hoping it doesn't derail. No derailment, please. Not today. Oh, what are we doing? Yeah, it derailed, but it derailed in the weirdest of ways. Yep, there we go, popping out. There goes the engine as I try to desperately, you know, re-rail, but it just didn't want to stop moving. But at least we now have, you know, a re-rail tool that's actually worth, you know, using a lot if we have to. But I didn't want to, but we did. And then I was gonna go see if the cars, I'm trying to get this to like where the cars theoretically would be, so that all I have to do is put it in reverse and then back into it because it's an automatic, or what do they call them, auto couplers or something. But I'm also trying to get it to where I can just jump into it. Okay, so we'll make sure that it's good, and then I'll just hit re-rail again and just, I'll have to get back up on the bridge. Well, there's not really a way for me to do that easily. So, hopefully this will work. Okay, so we got pretty much everything we need, looks like, getting done. So, hopefully it's not going to be too bad. But, you know, just hoping that we can get down to here to where it's going to be kind of flat. That's why I'm going backwards right now. I'm trying to get reverse into a spot where it's going to get flat in the track, kind of. So where I can kind of place the cars up here. And then everything will be fine for, you know, re-railing. Because then I could, you know, back into them and then keep going backwards. But I'm just trying to get down here to the flat as quickly as I can, because I know my cars are probably derailed at this point, right? So I am just trying to, right now, get down to here, get down to the spot where it gets flat, where we have a bunch of switches that we're going to have to probably flip probably one of them, but depending on which way we go in, it's not really going to matter too much right now. So yeah, I'm just right now just trying to get down to here. You know, I already know my cars are pretty much derailed, and there's, you know, no way if they probably stayed on. But as you can see, at the end of the bridge, it kind of tapers off. So I'm trying to get to that kind of flat spot where I know it's not going to be too bad. But I know it's going to take a minute to get to the end of this bridge to get down to where it's going to go flat. But, you know, it's kind of like one of those, I try to do what I can to fix that. But, you know, it's like there's nothing much I can do besides, you know, try not to derail the train again. But yeah, I already know my cars are derailed, but I'm trying to get down to where we come into the sawmill because of the way that I have it laid out, right? I'm trying to get down to here because I know right where the areas are where it's going to be nice and smooth for me to, you know, back into my cars again. Because I know I'm going to have to back into them again. At this point, like, it's just, I wish I didn't have to re-rail. I don't even know what happened there, so. Like, I know that there's where my cars are, but I don't know why it derailed. It shouldn't have theoretically derailed at 40. Because 40 should be where the top end of this motor, or engine, whatever you want to call it, is. And it should not matter whether I'm at 40 or not on the speed, because it should not derail. It should not want to do the wheelie, you know, pretty much do a backwards wheelie off of the edge, which is pretty much what it did, and then all my cars go away. So we know for next time that I'll have to take that a little bit slower and just kind of let it gravity roll. Leave a little bit of, you know, I wish they didn't, like, make the brakes, like, where they want to instantly stop it, and just kind of let them gradually roll to a stop. Because then I can leave a brake on, but I don't think we can. We might be able to do that and get away with it, but I'm not too sure if you can do that anymore. I know that they, you know, made it to like where the brakes just want to instantly stop you. And that's where I'm like, okay, but I kind of don't need instant stop. Because, you know, we have air brakes and all that now. Well, I don't really need the air brakes per se. But I am going to go over here. I want to make sure that they didn't get over to here, which I don't think that they did. But, you know, I'm just making sure, you know, because sometimes they can. They can roll this far. They can make it down there. If I don't do it, you know, it's just kind of like one of those, okay, I just want to double verify and, you know, make sure that, you know, nothing made it this far, nothing, you know, crazy happened, that, you know. But, you know, it's just one of those, I just want to double verify, make sure that they, you know, couldn't have, I know we know that they couldn't have, but sometimes they can. In my mind, I was like, okay, maybe they did, but, you know, maybe they didn't. But we know, sometimes they can. And I wish that it would have, you know, made it into there, because I have had things like derail and then make it into there. I've had them do it before, so that's why I was just like, can we please have things that just do that? But they don't. You know, you gotta re-rail it up to there. I just want to re-rail. I re-railed it up to here, to where it would have, you know, somewhat of momentum. But then I was just like, you know what? We can just re-rail it over here. Let it either go uphill or into the train, whatever way it wants to go. It's fine. And then we'll place the second one a little bit higher, and it will push them, hit right into the train. Right into the coupler. And, you know, that's what I was trying to do. Whether it will work or not, I have no idea. But it should. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's the wheels. But I want to get my wheels out of the ground. But you gotta, you know, get it up here at least a little to where it can roll. Make sure. Let's see. Come on, there we go. And then just let it roll. Just let it roll right into the train. Except for, you know, it derails again. Because why? Why would it? Why would it not wanna, I guess? I don't know. That's what I'm saying, like, some stuff they say they fixed, it sometimes doesn't seem like it. I just figured I'll stand on the back of the train car, you know? But, yeah, it's just kind of weird how they say, oh, sometimes, you know, they want to do this, and it's like, eh. now it's just at this point that I'm just like, okay, well, there's nothing more I can do but wait for to roll on. I'm hoping that they roll that in there pretty easy, but you never know. So, you know, but now we're just kind of waiting and hoping that, you know, everything goes very well when they get recoupled, and hopefully I won't have to re-rail them the second time, but who knows. Okay, so pretty much we got all that figured out. Now it's pretty much just watch them hook up. I pretty much believe that one car will hit the other car and then it will hit the train, or if not, we could back the train into them if we need to. It doesn't really matter to me. But the other one was already rolling back towards the train. It looks like it has now slowed down, but the other one will hit right into that one, which doesn't have a brake or anything on. And now they'll just roll into the train. And I figured I'd just stand here and watch it, because there's not much I can do, you know. Let it hit the train, and then I'll make sure they're connected before we pull out of here, obviously. Obviously, other than that, there's not much I can do except for stand here and watch them roll. So, we're hoping that, you know, this will be like the easiest thing in the world. Other than that, there ain't much I can do. So, you know, we're hoping that be pretty easy. Yep. Then it's pretty much get into the train. Get the train ready to go. Do a little bit of a tug test. Other than that, as long as they, you know, test good, you know, we'll give them a little bit of help. We'll go a little bit backwards ourselves, and we will we'll couple into them as they roll right into us with, you know, not that much speed, which is fine. And then now we will go forward, because I gotta throw the switch so I can go the other way into the sawmill, which is fine. We will, you know, be fine. We just gotta get going forward again, and then once we get going forward, we can get the heck out of here, right? And then once we're out of here, it's pretty much straight, you know, gonna be running all the way to the ironworks pretty much after this, which is like a good layout for design that I had to get to the ironworks from here, from the sawmill. It's just an idea that I had, and then I just kind of did it. So I'm hoping, you know, with these two cars plus this train, it should be fine. But, you know, hopefully no more derailment, because I thought last time I thought no more, you know, we wouldn't have a derailment. We did have a derailment, so not so sure. But if we gotta fix something that's a little bit too spicy, we'll fix it, you know. I don't really care, because we can always fix it. So it's like, we'll fix it, we'll fix it, we'll fix it. No, we won't fix it. We'll take it easy. But looks like we're okay for now. So we're just gonna go ahead, roll past the switch, throw it the other way, you know, and then get going all the way to the ironworks at this point. So other than that, there isn't much we can do, right? You know, it's just let the train come to a stop. Look at how much coal we have in here. Yeah, we'll have enough to make it there and back, but we might have to make another run to the coal mine, fill up this tower, and we might have to start placing some more coal towers in other places as well. I haven't done that yet, but I might start doing that. Start incorporating them, look into the other layouts that I have, just to make sure that we have enough coal places to get coal for this engine in particular, because this engine is pretty much pulling all the cars where I need them to go pretty much at the moment. So I might, you know, want to invest into its future and having, as we say, you know, enough fuel for it to go wherever I want. We're definitely going to put some coal into this thing probably anyway. Make sure our fire stays up, you know, give it a couple shovelfuls, and, you know, at least till it gets to 100, and then it's pretty much good. I think another shovelful should be good. Yeah, that should be fine. Close enough to 100 for now. The reason I didn't want to go all the way to 100 is because we're not, you know, firing it up from, you know, cold, so it should be fine. It's just, yeah, another long run up a hill, and then we won't have to switch the switch because there's another switch up here because I have a coal tower, and then I have, you know, the water tower, so all that should be okay. So we're all good right now. There's not much for me to do, but just back it up, make sure it gets good speed through here. At least 10-20 miles an hour should be pretty okay for this section of track. You could probably go faster on it, but I would advise against that. But I have also built up to the water tower as well, where you can get water for, you know, doing the farm stuff. So we got pretty much everything good to go for that as well. I was getting tired of it, just seeing it like go to nowhere. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fix that. So I built all the way out to there, and I was just like, okay, it's good to go, you know. So that's what we'll be doing. I mean, we could, you know, run some cow products, and we could do all that too. I got it pretty much. I'm built to every industry pretty much in this map. Probably not the right way. Probably this engine might work or it might not. But I'm only going to be pulling, like the way I'm figuring it, right? Only a single car of a product at a time, sometimes. Right, like going downhill. We're only going to, you know, be going downhill. So I could theoretically put a car, you know, there and then just make like a small engine come pick it up, you know. Could do that if we needed to. I don't want to do it that way, but I could. You know, if it's only running a single car, it's not going to be that bad. So, I mean, there is that option, but I don't really want to do that. But yeah, we'll just make sure we don't derail. So we'll put some brakes on here and there, just as we go through here. Because I'm trying not to, you know, derail any more than we already have, obviously. But we recovered pretty quickly from that. Yeah, it's just, there's not much for me to do, really, except for just sit here and do nothing. It's pretty much just running the reg all the way as high as you can, get it to about 20-25-ish miles an hour, then shut it off and then just let it roll. That's pretty much it. Or leave it on and hopefully get up this, you know, hill that we gotta get up. But, you know, either way, it's not gonna be fun. Nothing ever is, so it's just not fun, is all I can say. But we're getting there. So, you know, it's 100% reg for right to this part because I do have it on such a weird, as I call it, it's like a weird hill climb. But it is a gradual kind of hill climb, but you still gotta have enough speed to make sure you get up to the top of it. Because I was running, you know, a Betsy up in here every time, and it was just like not fun. I did it, I did not like it, and don't want to do that again, so we're gonna use this one for now for doing all that long distance stuff. But this one might be delegated for, like, you know, if we're just moving around in the yard or something like that at some point too. Whenever we build our giant, you know, storage yard for all of our cars, this one will probably be what we use to connect them, move them around, that type of thing. But that's, you know, way in the future at this point, I feel like. But for right now, it's working pretty good for what we need it to do, so gotta make sure that we get some fuel. I might have to try to get some coal out to where we're going to the ironworks or the iron mine, somewhere around there. You know, get like where I can go in, get some fuel, and then get back out, and then, you know, go on to the main wherever I need to go. So that might be a thing that we need to figure out eventually how to do on this one, but yeah, you know, I might double track all this at some point as well too. I haven't, you know, decided to double track anything yet. but, you know, we might do that. I'm not going to do everything double tracked, but some stuff will be, so. I don't know, we'll have to figure that out at some point. So, basically, we've gotten everything back together now with that coupling. I don't know, I had a second to think about it, and I'm like, okay, maybe it would in real life actually break. I had to Google that. I literally had to, you know, use a Google to figure out if that would break at that speed, and Google says no, but whatever. I'm just like, no. You know, pretty much. I don't think that it's that far breaking. You know, to think that it wouldn't break at like 40, it shouldn't break at 40. Because, you know, I looked at it. A train like this theoretically did a little bit faster than 40 and didn't have any single problems with, I'm saying, with the coupling. I'm saying, you know, everything else is up in the air, you know, as far as, you know, who would have, you know, what the crews would have done, but I'm saying the physics say at 40 it wouldn't have broken apart. You know, if we're going with realism, you know, physics, if that's, you know, what it's gonna go with. But no, it shouldn't have broken apart, but whatever. It's back together now, and I don't see it with as much of an issue now. So, should be fine now, I think. Shouldn't be any more, you know, breaking apart, you know, while doing 40. Because, you know, above it, apparently it breaks apart, but it shouldn't. But everybody's like, you know, it shouldn't. But, you know, I'm just like, yeah, okay, well, whatever. So, I'm still kind of mad about it, but I don't really care. At the end of the day, it's, you know, re-railed at this point. Everything's done. You know, what I can do is pretty much just, I guess, now watch out for that as a new derail thing. For whatever reason. But it's nothing that I wanted it to derail, but it derailed. So, you know, there's that. I'm hoping that there's no more derails at this point now, because, like, it's crazy that it derailed at 40. We weren't doing much over 40, maybe 41, maybe-ish, 40, 41, so I'm saying no, it shouldn't have derailed. They're saying that it shouldn't have derailed, but, you know, whatever. I'll just do what I gotta do, and, you know, let's be done with it. So, it's gonna get there. We should get there pretty fast anyway. I'll just make sure to stay between, you know, 20 and 40. I'm gonna go 35 then. I mean, I might as well at this point. As you see, I left it in full reg. The only part that I left was back there on that one part, and there's a couple parts where I kind of go easy on the reg, because I'm afraid of derailing again, or it just doing random stuff up again for whatever reason. Not really explained why it did that, but, you know, we'll have another day to see if it does that, but I don't know. It didn't really do that going to the coal mine, so I don't know why it's doing that, but who knows? Somebody out there's probably got an answer, and I don't, but who knows? I don't know anymore. I try not to have things break like that, but as far as that goes, we're just gonna kind of coast around this corner, get it down to, you know, under 20, and then we'll just kick it full back on and just let it go, I guess. I don't know what else to do at this point, because I'm at the point where there's not much more I can do. So there's let it go and just let it keep going coasting wise as far as it can, and then we'll kick it back on 100% reg, which is what I think is probably going to be the easiest part to do. But other than that, there's not much I can do. So I'm gonna try to do, and then it's gonna work. So we hope that it doesn't derail. But as far as derailing, it shouldn't if we follow that. I'm pretty sure we stay between 20 and 40, so 35 miles an hour should not derail at all, probably. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna hope for, is that nothing derails anymore and we're fine. So, you know, we're good. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good, and it's gonna be fine, and it's not gonna derail or do anything weird. So, you know, as far as that goes, I guess we're fine now. I just still can't believe that it did the backflip. It was like backflip, and then it was just, and then it was good. So, other than that, this part should be a smooth run because I did as best I could at laying the track and making sure that it's at easy grades, you know. So it's about as best as I can do, and then we should be there pretty soon. Okay, so it's just pretty much go right around this corner, and then as we go back through this corner, we're pretty much going to be starting our way back up towards it. And the reason I say towards it is because there's a switch there that I had to place, and then I used that three-way switch pretty much to service that and then go to the iron mine. So we're going towards it. It won't be, but you know, a couple more turns and then it's like boom, then you're there, and then just stop right in the middle between everything else. So I mean, there's that, and you know, it's, I can't believe we got pretty much all the way to the sawmill, and then it decided, I'm gonna do random stuff, and then it did the backflip. Then it did a backflip off the bridge. I don't get that, man. I just wish I understood that, but it is kind of funny at this point. But I mean, there's not much I can do at the same time, so hoping, you know, everything gets repaired maybe, or see what I can do for that, because that was like the weirdest thing. But other than that, it's pretty much now being an easy run. After that, I mean, it's just sit, you know, and, you know, have it 100% reg or no reg, 100% reg, no reg, 100% reg, no reg. It's pretty much what it is. So you can have this regulator all the way to 100% or not, and that's pretty much how I've got this kind of back here, besides having, like, you know, where it has to curve around. But you know, none of the curves are really that bad. They're only bad like when you have empty cars sometimes, but other than that, never when they're full have I had problems. But it's always when they're empty I've had problems. I don't understand it, and I think it's probably because the heavier the car that you're going up here with is, like, not gonna cause as much problem. But right where this bridge is, we're gonna basically go right into it. This track was gonna go towards the iron smelter originally, and then it had a bad section of track where I couldn't do anything with. So, you know, it wasn't anything I could do. So I was like, okay, I'll just build it a different way, which I did, and then it was good. So other than that, there's not much for me to do, except for just hopefully get up here to the ironworks pretty soon and, you know, get my raw iron kicked off, and then get another load of that rolling up in here, and then before you know it, it'll all be full. So you got it. You know, it's just having the time, right? To have like all these loads, and I'm hoping when I get all these loads done, like I'll be good. You know, having it full of the raw iron, you know, that'll be good. Which would then give us another load option to take out to wherever we gotta go. I go into the gold dredge at some point with loads. I just don't know if the train that I have right now is currently going to be the best option for that, but I will try that. So, you know, we'll get there. Other than that, there's just not much for me to do, except for hope that everything goes good at this point. And this is where I'm thinking, okay, you know, we're all good, no more derails. So, it's this point, it's just like, you know, we had derailed, but we got here with our load intact, and you know, it didn't take us long to derail. So, you know, if we keep going and nothing else happens, then we're good to go, you know. So I'm hoping nothing else happens at this point, but you never can really tell. Okay, so the rest of this going into here and getting all that will be time lapse. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Close your eyes.